You're clear to spawn in without blowing each other up this week.
Okay, I'm muted. I mean unmuted. Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. And today we're carrying on with this mission. Oh, you never guess what? I go to start, unmute, and my game crashes. Every single time, isn't it? Stupid game. I get it all ready. I get it all ready to roll, right? I'm all logged in. Everything's fine. And then the whole bloody thing crashes. Fortunately, it's only the game that crashes. Because if it's the computer, I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 apps running. Which is a ball's ache. You've got to, you know what I mean, get them all started. Sorry for that, YouTubey person. It'll be back on in a minute. And it'll be black for Twitch. But every week, isn't it? As soon as I go to start, boom, falls over. And then it's usually pretty solid after that. But hey-ho. You'll find that when it actually comes on, it'll be quite quick compared to normal. Once you've loaded it once, it'll load really quickly. If anyone's got any questions, please jump in. Why does your computer crash whenever you start? I don't know.
Mac36.
Hey, Mac.
Evening, Mel. How was your day?
My day is just beginning, Macca. I suppose it's evening for you, isn't it, at the moment? There we go. See how quick that loads up there? And this bit shouldn't be long either. He says. Yeah, all good so far. Lisa's off today, and when she's finished...
I'm here down under.
Ah, right, is that where you are? Yeah, we got 9, coming up to 10 o'clock. So you're 10 hours... I never know whether you're 10 hours ahead or behind. So are you on Saturday night? I think you are. Right, do you see what I mean, how fast that come up? Okay, as I was about to say...
Saturday night.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, we're just on the Saturday morning now. So we're pushing all the way up. We've had yet another update on the map. And now we are up here. So, we're going to skip across. You can see Wiz going over in the Apache. Finding a route through. These are quite big mountains, and Wiz is skipping over there to Alpha. And I think we'll go over as well. Or I'll go over. I don't know about the others. You can never tell. Right, so likewise, I'll be jumping in the Apache. I waited there because... oh, I forgot the name of the place we're going off. That's never a good start, is it? Charlie. Come on, Charlie, where are you? There you are. Okay, that's absolutely fine.
I'm so tempted to get in the Chinook with its small sail. I have the C130 now.
Oh, you've got the 130, yeah. I've done the proper startup in it. I haven't done the... you know, fly it like you've robbed it sort of thing, startup. But the Chinook is really nice. It's way, way off. It's nowhere near finished yet. But for doing some of the, you know, moving cargo and moving stuff, moving people, it's absolutely brilliant. It really does add quite a lot. And it's, I'll say it's not as complex. Mostly in the stuff that we're doing with it, it's scripted cargo. So it's not so bad. But the C-130 cargo planning, Jesus wept. I think a lot of people will get that and think, oh, you just jump in and fly it. Like, you know, the B-17s in ILS, there was a mod for them originally. It was great fun. But there's so much to do, so much planning, so many things. And as I said, I haven't tried the one method yet. Anyway, for now we're in the Apache. as I always say, it's not the strongest module I know. I don't spend enough time in it like I should, and things have changed, so I haven't. Exactly, yeah. Okay, so as you can see, unlike the Huey, it's got 4 blades. Unlike the Shark, it hasn't got 2 sets of blades. It's got a tail rotor / an anti-torque rotor for its proper name. And we've also got a stick with a hat on, otherwise known as the FCR, which is the fire control radar. If we look at the weapons at the moment, we've got 8 laser Hellfires and 8 fire control Hellfires. And what I mean by that is we can use the fire control radar on the ones with the white at the front, and then we'd need the laser and the guy in the front to help us out with the other ones. Right, so startup, really easy. So a manual startup is really easy in the Apache, so there's no excuses to just do an auto. Put on this primary light here. We're going to switch the battery on to battery and shut the door. And Copilot gun will shut their door too. And then I'm going to switch the APU on, or auxiliary power unit, which is used to start up the systems and the engines. And we should see that coming on this screen here, look. As you can see, these mountains are not tiny little things, and there's a hell of a range, and you've got to wend your way through them. If you've never heard of that word before, if you Google it.
TV said, I don't fly the Apache for almost a year now. Is George good now?
I don't like George, to be honest. I'd much rather fly it with 2 people. I don't think any of the AI is as good as it as a person. It's still very much a 2-person thing. However, with the FCR, you can negate George to some extent, but it depends what you're firing. But I'd rather be like in the gunner seat with someone else firing, or flying with someone else in the gunner seat. But not many of them know the gunner seat, to be fair. Right, okay, this is on. This is the iHads. We'll turn that off for now. We've got some of the basic systems running. We're going to start the left-hand engine, and we're going to watch these numbers. Wait till they're around about 20-ish to 24 and press the left-hand throttle into idle mode. Yeah, I don't rely on George. I don't rely on the AI too much. I'll fire what weapons I can. George will just sit there. He has to start the systems up, or you can't do anything. Which is something they introduced in one of the patches. You'll find that. You'll wonder why you can't fire something from this seat. But you need to tell George to fire something up. Otherwise, it won't work. So we're just waiting now for this to become less than 70 pressure. Which it just is. So we can start the right engine. Right engine, you have to sort of peek between the levers. Again, press it forward. Oh, I forgot to, I was miles away. Do the second lever. And once again, we'll wait till this goes down. While I'm waiting for that, I'll set the comms. So hit the comms button on the right, go to manual, because I'm going to set it manually. And I want to change the frequency of that one there to 124. So you need all the noughts after it. There we go. And now I can do a radio check, maybe. Or can I? 124 radio check. No, I can't at the moment. Okay. Need to carry on a bit more. Right, once this is down below 60, we can start pushing the 2 throttles forward. As always with helicopters, don't go mad. Just let these things sink. As you'll see, look, if I move just a bit closer. There we go, everything's synced up. And we just push it forward till they're up all the way. I haven't got much internal sound with this. Let me turn up my side just a little bit. It's really weird if I'm flying in silence. I know you guys have got audio, but I've got a control for my audio too. And if it's dead quiet, it's really odd. Right, okay. So the engines are up. The radios are on there. Let's go and sort a couple of things here. Go to TSD. Show. Co-pilot gunner's cursor. Threat show. Threats and targets. A quick look at the map. See what we're going to. Waypoint 11. So RTE. Move this up. And get to 11. DIR 11, that's one way of doing that. So now this is just straight to where we're going, okay? Looks like it's aligned while I've been talking, but I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Makes it easier for you to see, for me to see. We'll go ASC, we're going to switch on the Naggy woman. Our,
11 o'clock.
and you can hear her telling me all about what the weapons are. I'm going to util. Now, auto page search. What happens here is when something is detected, it will automatically switch the view, which is a pain in the ass when you're explaining things. So I am going to switch this off. Okay? It is a real pain in the ass. Right, I need to switch the... no, I'll do the iHads at the end. Let's have a look over here. Go to weapons. At the moment, ACQ, acquisition target. If I switch this on, you'll see we've got a diamond here that's always pointing at the front. In the middle of it is this cross. And this is where my either co-pilot gunner's looking or the TADS is pointing, depending on what I'm using as a target. So initially, what I'll do is set this to the gunner helmet sight. You see it's fixed. When it's fixed, it's just pointing forward and that's it. So we'll use the gunner's helmet sight. I'm not going to put the TADS on there yet. I will do later. I'm going to press the squelch forward for all the radios. I think the volume of all of these nowadays is on already, so that's fine. I'm going to uncage the standby attitude indicator. I'm going to switch on the countermeasure systems. It'll do a bit test. Remember, bit is built-in test. And when it's done, I'm going to switch on arm, and I'm also going to switch on bypass, and I'm going to put that on there. Okay. Right. Let me align.
4 o'clock. Searching.
So when we're on weapons, you can do it on either screen, obviously. I'm just going to put my head back in a relaxed position because I move it all the time, and I'm going to hit bore sight, iHads, and then align my head with that little circle. Oops, that's good enough because I'm not going to use the gun, and even when I'm using the gun, if it's slightly out, I'll adjust my head. As I said, I'm going to be moving around all over the place, so what I do when I pause is put my head back in the same position, so it's going to be a close approximate. Right, okay, let's have a look. So if we go back here, we go to FCR. So as I said, the FCR is the fire control radar on the top. So now you can hear the volume and why I turn it down, because that just bleeds through the mics. as you can tell. You might have an echo. So the FCR, fire control radar, is what we call pinned. So at the moment, what that means is it's not powered up. So if I go to util, you can see it says it's pinned, so it's locked in position. So we're going to unpin it, put it on normal. This goes through quite a prolonged test, so we're going to override the test. Okay, and then switch to FCR, and it's more or less ready to go, except we have to specifically select it, and the select hat is down here. You can see FCR, TADS, HUD and link. So I'm doing this on the floor, right? So we're going to select it, and there we go, and you can see it on there. I'm going to put C-scope on, and at some point later when I've got the TADS on this screen, I'll also link the TADS and the FCR. So what that means is if I do it from the TADS, when this has got the TADS page on, if I link it when I'm on there, then every time this looks at a target, the TADS will look at that target too, which is quite useful. It saves you blowing your own friends up, you know what I mean. Okay, that's basics. Got to switch the APU off. If you don't, it's gonna blart at you all the time and beep. Anyone got any questions? Bear in mind it is basics. There's a lot more stuff we could do, I think, that I may or may not know. Only I could switch that off. There we go. Oh, another thing. Bear in mind we're really heavy. A really useful little thing here is if we go to TSD, menu, perf, you can see here. I was going to say Iggy and Oggy. Here's Stingy.
Doc_red_actual said, I'm back.
Hey, hello. Welcome back. So I was going to say Iggy and Oggy, but I don't think anyone calls them that. So in-ground effect.
Morning, chap.
Morning.
7.
Morning, matey.
_1TV said,
How are
how
you
do
this
I
morning?
link the FCR to the camera? I have seen some streams they can see the target.
I'll show you that, Thanatos. It's you have to have right the TADS selected, and then you do link. So link is here on this hat, and unfortunately there's no press for it from within game, but you see link there. But if we look on the controls, right, and I press the relevant buttons, you can see it jumps to link. So you've got something called site select. FCR is left, HMD up, link down, TADS right, okay?
Okay, nice.
Now, what you have to make sure is you've got the TADS selected. So when you select link, you are on the TADS. And if you do that, then this will track. All right?
Oops.
Right, there we go. So I'll be using that at some point. Right. Oh, he's off already. Okay, so I'm ready to go. I'm not going to go just yet. Morning. 124 radio check. You alright, Rick?
Yeah, I'm very good yourselves.
Yeah. You know how to get JTAC, not JTACs, Reapers up, don't you?
I do indeed, sir.
Good. If you can explain it to everybody else at some point, because we've done a couple of weeks without you. We know Reapers, but we can't find it.
I think it's to do everything. I'm still a recruit, so
Also, how's your Star Citizen going, Rick?
Yeah, it's going quite good. It's still a tiny bit frustrating because I go a nice long period, like a day or two. Everything's lovely and smooth, and I'm doing a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and it's fine. And then I'll log on in the morning and have like 5 attempts to actually get my ship out of the lift, because every time it
Out the muncher.
stuck in the lift and bits and pieces. But no, overall, I'm enjoying it a lot more than I have done for a while.
Good. Just remember, it's equally an opposite. So as much as you're enjoying it, is as much as you're gonna hate it, and just don't let it get to you.
He's willing to swap for a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just going to duck out and come back in because the eye tracking on my headset.
Yeah, no worries, Rick. Sorry, guys, I've got to finish my cup of tea, otherwise it's going to be cold. You know, important things first for an Englishman. Let's have a look where thingamajig is. Right, he's over there using the hills, look. So he's got it. Don't forget comms wise, it's 124. Yeah, he's well within range. If we look here, look.
Did you say it was up?
Yes. It's always on. It's just sometimes it depends what I'm in. It's always available. So we need to be about.
Check 124.
I'm in the map, but I didn't hear anything. Hang on. And you did that through TeamSpeak. Right, let's go back. 124 radio check. Okay, so
Fixed wing, 11 o'clock. Tracking. Fixed
I'm
wing.
going to take off. Push left slightly, just a little bit of left rudder. Let's put this back on TSD so we can see where we're going. What have we got there?
Fixed wing, 11 o'clock. Searching.
Ah.
Hello all.
Hey, how have you got on?
Tutorial wasn't able to join live because of work.
No, that's fine.
Enjoyed it a lot and learned a lot.
It helped you. Did you actually get round to trying any of it, and did it make sense?
My headset uses the same chipset as the Tobii eye tracker. So if you happen to forget and leave Tobii software running in the background, it stops the eye tracking working on the Timex.
Nice. Right.
Much better. I was jerking the stick too much.
Yeah.
The movements helped out a ton.
Yeah, it's always the same for people when they first learn helicopters, especially if they come from planes. And this is why you get a load of frustrated people trying to fly the Apache who have come from planes and demanded a reset because the trim was so alien. But really, it's their lack of knowledge. Right, so let's uncage that. So you can see we're quite high on the torque. It's boxed, which means we're over torquing, which means if we're not careful, it'll lower the RPM. So I'm going to push the nose forward a little bit more. There is something I forgot to put on, as always, which is, there we go. So you can see what's going on there with the axis. So we are 34 clicks away. Now, the trimmer, right, I'm holding the trimmer when I'm flying at the moment. The trimmer on this is so different to the Huey that I was flying during the week for Frick actually. So I did a walkthrough up to a point on the Huey. And if you ever want to fly helicopters in DCS, I would always recommend starting with the Huey. I think it's on sale at the moment. It's something like $29 maybe, which is about 25 quid.
Thank you for 55 long months of subscribing.
Hey, thanks, pup.
On my way.
Hey, no worries, matey.
Thank you for the prime resub of 2000. The support for 55 months is really appreciated.
So, one of the things you've got to be so careful about.
Kev said, back in the garage today.
Yeah.
In a while. See if I can remember everything.
You'll be scratching your head with some bits left over. One of the things you've got to realise about mountains, right, and this is going to be the awkward thing, look at my torque. It's quite bad, isn't it? Back in the day, right, if your torque hit just over 100, this thing would just drop out the air, because what it does is compensates for the fact that you're over torquing. It can't deliver it, so it ends up dumping RPM, and that's why it'll say RPM low, and when it dumps RPM, you lose your tail rotor slowly, and then the main rotor, and you drop out the sky. So I need to be going faster. Now the trouble is, when you want to go over hills, which I may have screwed the pooch a little bit here, you need to get to the height of the hills to get over them. So I need to get some height and not be hovering low down at the moment. Not sure which way we went in. 124 radio check.
Right, whereabouts do you need the...
Can you stick it over on the right hand side, waypoint 11? And how is it you get it? Because we don't know.
Okay, so... One sec.
I just don't have the option. I think it's to do with rank. But...
No.
Explain it.
Rotor RPM low.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, you need to be
Rotor
high
RPM
enough
high.
to be able to spawn it in the first place.
Ah, what's the rank?
I have no clue off the top of my head. I'll have a dig and find out.
Yeah, don't worry. I think it just means that none of us are at the rank, believe it or not. No, you won't. You won't. That'll be normal. See, so I'm trying to get...
Menu shot.
5 o'clock. Searching.
Call up the drone. And then it'll call the drone. It'll like it'll be in one by one being there. And go back into the menu.
And you assign it, yeah.
To say, where do you actually want this? And then pick where you want it to be and then it'll be in overnight.
7 o'clock. Searching.
So what
Radar.
I'm trying to do...
Yeah.
No, Lisa's doing some training at the moment. She was off sick yesterday, but this is her Saturday off. And she's off tomorrow. She'll be off Tuesday. That's every other week. And then she does 12-hour Tuesdays and Wednesdays on the other week and works on the Saturday. Cheers, matey. We thought it was rank and said we're all crap. I would change it because there'll be a few people on that if they're in A10s. Thank you. Right. So is your radio on 124 then, Weiss? Because I've tried a few times and not got a response.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You can't hear me either.
No, I didn't hear anything.
It might just be this helicopter's not set up. I'll check it after, but I think it should be. So we're at the top of the mountains now, and you can see we can drop off on the torque a little bit. But if you try and climb these in a Huey and you're too low, as I was saying during the Huey training, you will find that your Huey's going to burn out before you get up the hill, because the ground effect pushes you down. So the air comes from the blades, pulls it down, hits the side of the mountain, that comes off at an angle, it pushes you down. So you put more power, and then it pushes you down more, and so on. You get into this endless cycle.
The only problem is when you're sitting in the cockpit, it doesn't work terribly well. Now every time I go to grab my throttle, I just get a nice big handful of left pocket.
4 o'clock.
Oh dear. So what I'm going to do now is just switch on my little man. You've got to ready the systems, which I forgot the name of the person. Was it Thanatos? You've got to hold the button down, right, to get him to start up.
Rifle on the hip.
Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching.
Helmet port sided. Startup complete.
Radar.
Okay.
6 o'clock. Searching.
So I'm 18 clicks away, but what I don't want to do is go too high. So while I'm going along... I am sort of going in like this.
Searching.
Candle Special XL said, is it true Apache has a
I
very
don't think you
different
changed
trim
the
system?
legs,
Not like a trim reset setup. Would like to pick up the Apache because it's on sale now.
Yeah, pick it up. One of the things I would say is before you fly in the Apache, I don't even touch it till A, you've got a really good grasp.
Forward.
You've got a really good grasp of the Huey. When you've done the Huey, right, download a free trial, right? I hope you've swapped your account over to DCS and not Steam. Download the free trial of the Shark, okay, the Shark 3, and then learn the trimmer on the Shark, because the Apache trimmer works in the same way with a few little differences. Now, when I stream, I explain it, and I'm going to explain the one on here, but it's much better if you get to grips with trimming on the Shark first. Now, if you look at my previous videos, every time I start up the Shark, I explain the trimmer. So if you can get a grasp of that, when you get into the Apache, it's going to help you. The Apache trimmer works the same as the Shark. It's also got some other nice little things on, which is attitude hold, and you've obviously got altitude hold. And with a combination of those three things, the trimmer, the attitude hold, and the altitude hold, you can make this...
Still going.
Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it? You can make this helicopter hover, right, as good as the Shark, and the Shark will hover, and it just doesn't move. And you can make this do the same as well. But if you understand it in the Shark, you'll understand it in this. Doesn't seem like I'm going fast, but if you look, I'm doing 116 kilometers.
Searching.
So I'm going around this valley a little bit if I can. So I can try. I might have to pop up over there, look. I can try and keep my head down from the target area, although I am going to have to go over quite a high mountain over there. But you can see...
Yes, I switched it over now.
Excellent.
The KA-50
Right.
and I can handle the Huey well.
Yeah, you're good with the Huey. And just the inputs made all the difference, yeah? And understanding the trim. The trim is so basic. One thing you've got to also watch with the Apache is that if you look on the top left, you can see a little asterisk on the vertical line and the horizontal. And that is where this thing is trimmed to, okay? Now, unlike the Huey, this will trim the rudder and the cyclic. So when you trim, you must lift your feet. If you use pedals, lift your feet off the pedals so they center as you relax your grip on the stick. Now this is going to be a little bit high coming in here. I'm just looking for, just over this hill there should be a valley. I've slowed down quite a bit. Now, the other thing with this is, see my speed is 50k. If I use attitude hold, which I'm not using at the moment, if the helicopter is going more than 40k, it will hold the stance or the attitude of the helicopter in that position. Okay? So if I just hit this button here and let... Oop, I haven't trimmed, have I?
5 o'clock. Searching.
And let go, right, it will sort of hold the same thing. Okay. Now I can add in altitude hold as well, which I'm not going to at the moment because you can see I'm trying to climb over this hill. If I'm going less than 40k, the systems go, oh, you're trying to get into a hover. Now, trying to get into a hover from 40k is a bit daft.
Toasty Mark said, just want to say thanks for the Middle East theory video. It was a great tutorial.
Oh, right, okay, excellent. I actually recorded it, Toasty, for the guy above you, because he came onto the stream last week and somebody had sent him over, Havoc I think it was, and sent him over to me, and obviously Frick couldn't make anything during the day, so I recorded the video for them. But yeah, I'm glad you appreciated it. When I do things like that, I am more than happy if anybody wants to come in at the same time, and I'll use that to teach you it. Right now, I'm happy to do that for 4, 5, 6 people, however many really. I don't tend to do one-to-ones, it's very rare. I can do if you can't make it, if you live in some weird part of the world, and obviously your days are different. But the point is, I'm more than happy to do it. I'm more than happy for people to join in if I'm just doing a bog standard training one. And to be honest, it makes sense if I'll do another one this week, but I'll do it on the Shark, because as I've just been explaining, learn the Huey, learn the Shark trimming system before you go onto the Apache, and it'll be so much easier. You can see the way I'm moving, look, under control. Can you see? And my stick barely moves, just the same. And yet I'm doing, how fast? I'm doing what, 70k. Right, now my targets are over here and I'm 7 kilometers away. So I wonder if this is a good place to slow down. I'm high, right, but you see where the targets are? I think they are over there. See that hill? So what I'm going to do is try and utilise this dip. Now what I'm doing now, you see the way my speed's coming down? I'm going to move forward a little bit, and I'm going to turn this way, and I'm slowing the helicopter down using the trimmer. And as I slow down, I'm going to have to add more left rudder,
11 o'clock.
right? And I'm working against the direction of that stick that was sticking out, that was telling me how fast I'm going. I'm adding more collective, right? I've just slowed down. I've just added my attitude on, right? I've let go of my feet and everything. Let's see what happens to the helicopter. And I'm going to just bring this down. Where's these mountains behind me? And I'm going to bring the altitude down to about there. And I'm going to put altitude hold on. And now the helicopter should be sitting. Now it's got hills underneath it. So obviously, right, the air coming down off the helicopter is pushing down, but the system's trying to fight it. You can see I'm drifting back a little bit, so I can just maybe trim a little bit out that way and see if I can get it to be more steady. It's really difficult to hover when you've got all these different surfaces, because can you see the way the helicopter's being pushed backwards by this hill? Not the best place to do it, but let's push this forward a little bit there maybe, and then do that. See what it does now. It's obviously better on the flat. Oh no, that's going to go back, or is it? I need it to have just a little bit more collective. And this should be sitting here. It's not far off, but that's not bad considering it's in the mountains, alright? When you're on the floor, this will just sit there. So what I'm going to do now even though this is up a little bit high. I'm going to go back to FCR, switch this on. I am drifting back far too much, so I'm going to have to counter that. I'm just retrimming. Let's make sure that's working, which it is, and it's not going to pick anything up.
27 looks like you might have a chubby on for you, Mel.
They always do.
Rifle.
Thanks for the heads up, but right, so let's move up in the air a little bit. This might not be the best place. It might be better for me to go forward a bit, because I don't think the FCR is going to be able to see down the mountain, to be honest. In fact, yeah, that's probably stupid. Let me move forward. So I've just reset, okay, my attitude hold. I've just, I think the altitude was off. It's beeping because I've reset. So I'm going to move over here and try and get a little bit lower down, and then try and peek around this corner.
Fixed wing, 6 o'clock, searching.
Well, let's see if I can get down there. Hopefully my flares are working. Yes. You see that long stick there? That's telling me what direction I'm going, and it's also indicating my speed. So when I want to slow down, I hold my trimmer and I gently ease my stick back in the opposite direction, as you can see me doing now. And I'm also dropping down, trying to make the most. Sometimes as happened there is because I've got it on a hat, I don't always push
9 o'clock.
the hat
Fixed wing,
straight up.
tracking.
I might need a better hat. I catch the attitude hold as well. Right, I've got to be careful now, because I know the target's around here, and the way I'm going at the moment, the way I'm going is I'm going to end up sitting right on top of the target if I'm not careful. You can see it's just over there. Hello, Mr. Camel.
Doesn't check your Discord messages.
Oh, what have I done now? Me and Discord, right? Especially now they've started banning stuff and putting bloody security locks in the UK. I even went to send somebody a couple of images on a DM the other day, and it went, no, you can't send those images. And I was like, for God's sake. You know what I mean? So Discord's slowly disappearing off my radar. What's up, matey? Okay, I've got a VRS, right? Flatten my blade, push my helicopter forward or any direction, and then pick it back up again. So I just hit a VRS.
It's a pain to get over these mountains to get here.
Oh man, it is, isn't it?
I need a bit of help with some control settings.
For what, matey? Star Citizen by any chance? Doing it again. Flatten.
There's no roads.
Flatten the stick, push forward. Come on, come on.
Finally installed that garbage Star Citizen
About
game.
both at the moment.
Yeah, I thought it might be that, matey.
Rotor RPM low.
Oh, come on.
RPM low.
Yeah, come on, stop moaning. I know it's low.
With a lot of bombs.
I know it's low.
Kev said, oh,
I think I've taken
Oh,
out
oh, oh, come on. Come on. You can do it. Don't lose your tail. Oh, I've lost my tail. Well. Oh, it's not worth trying now, I don't think. No. It's fell asleep on the job. Oh well. Shh, it's snoozing. Right, have you got your doodad going? Yeah, that's fine, matey. We're going to be on tomorrow. When are you free to be able to do anything? In fact, we'll be on it tonight, but I think you'll be in bed, won't you? When I finish streaming here, I'm not sure what time you've got.
D_Camel said, before you stream.
Yeah, I can do. Is that going to help you out? What time would you like? Give me a time, like UK time. Oh, we go shopping and that's the problem. But the controls, I probably understand the issues you're having. It's to do with forward, back, is it? And things aren't going the way you want. Is that right? Now, hopefully I'm not going to land on someone. I think I might still be in the other helicopter. No, I'm alright. Is it to do...
Almost found. Just need to know what I really need at my fingertips.
Right, okay, no worries. You'll be the third set that I've helped out in the past 2 days. Plus Lisa's. Okay, right, so apologies for that. So what was happening there is it was way over talking and I started to drop. When it over talks, as I said, it lowers the RPM. When it lowers the RPM, the tail rotor stops having effectiveness. I think that's the right word. And also the main rotor starts to drop. That drops you down, and then because you're dropping down, you're in your own turbulent air, which causes a VRS. And I got out of it a couple of times there and then couldn't anymore. Is that about right, Mr. Camel? My description without getting over technical. Right. Let's go down here. Start again. Right, I've already gone through the startup. If anyone wants any more, please ask.
Cheap Kettle Barwick said, damn it, I missed a VRS.
Yeah, it was a very specific VRS though. I was in the middle of the mountains. I did save it twice.
T_Camel said, if you lose tail authority, be flexible cause you're going to have to be able to kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. And my ass went all over the side of the mountain.
Menus up in the first place, or to actually use the menus.
Well, I've got the George menu up, but you know, to say like, go to guns or go to missiles, that command.
So it's under like everything but Axis is like, it's not under the George UI, it's just, so if you type in, if you just search for George, it should show you like left, right, up, down.
Just a minute.
George.
Yeah, it's not the flying bit.
It's selecting his weapons, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you're on the flying bit, then you're in the
Okay.
back seat. You need to be in the back seat if you want the weapon stuff.
Yeah, I'm in the back.
And when you bring up his menu, it should have like guns on the left.
I'm
Or
just-
no weapon, I think it's actually.
It's easier once you get there, do you know what I mean? It's there's just a hat to do it, and it isn't exactly descriptive. Can't remember if it's under there.
When you're in the back seat and you bring up his menu, you've got on the right hand side.
Yeah, I'll have to do it.
Writing, yeah?
Right, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Right, what have I forgot to do?
See,
AP,
I've
yeah.
lost all my keybind, so what I used to have on a hat was either tell him to go on gun or tell him to go on the tiles.
Yeah, and you'd also tell him to go free fire as well. Fire at will.
Slowly got bounded.
Wait till I'm in it, and it's a lot easier, and then I can find out what the key is.
yeah, I'm just landing at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just starting up due to my helicopter dropping off. Yeah, it is a bit of a bugger. I might have to plan a better routine. Right.
I haven't found one. I have taken out a lot.
There is a valley, but you have to go to the other side and then work your way up the valley. So this week, what day did I do the last video on? Does anyone remember? Who was it who watched it? Toasty. I'll do the shark, and I'll go through that and explain why and how you, if you learn that, you'll make the thingamajig.
Wednesday, I believe.
Wednesday, all right. I can't do anything till 2 o'clock Wednesday because I think she's on half a day. So I have to drop her off at work, but I'll be back by 2. So just after 2 o'clock, I'll go through the shark and then go through the way it trims, because it is fairly, I'll say fairly unique.
Marv said, yeah, I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah. But when I'm in the shark, which I will be at some point, I'll go through it anyway. But you don't need to stay on just to watch it. I'll make an effort and do it Wednesday.
Jeff
Right.
said, got to shoot off to the garage.
Yes,
for a
mate.
bit.
No
Catch you
worries.
later if you're still on.
Yeah, I might be on a bit longer today. I haven't got to take it to work. Right, okay, that one's dropped down. I've gone through the startup, as I said, we're just doing the right-hand engine. It's a lot easier trying to go through this as well when I'm not trying to fight mountains and fight things. But there's quite a lot of this that I just don't use at the moment because stuff has changed and some of it relies on other people using it as well. So I look at it more as though you're flying for yourself rather than as a group. If anybody wants to join in with that on Wednesday and come along and learn how to fly the shark, feel free. I'll have a server up and running and you can just jump in. If you're learning it, that is. Otherwise you'll be bored shitless. Right, okay, so once this is below 70, we can push this up. And I should do proper videos really, shouldn't I?
Actually, it's Still, on the top left of adjust controls, you've got AH right? Put that menu down, you get to AH64 George AR helper,
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, the helper.
and then you've
Right.
got your hat, which is like up, down, left, right, and hide.
There we go, right, so.
You want to set. And that's where you can go left for guns, right for
Yeah. Did you? There you go, Lise. Easy enough?
8 o'clock.
So stop panicking. You know what? Because you've just passed that, yeah? I think you'll do really good to have 5 minutes, make a lovely cup of tea for me, and then you can do the next one. You've got 6. I've heard that before. Does that mean I don't get a cup of tea? I just put it shit. I don't want to be doing this at home.
I'm not saying that. Understand a little bit more about this person.
Okay, what you mean me? Do you know what? She's doing a online training to do with autism. And she started going through it, and then I get a shout, Mel, this is you. This is describing you. And I was like, okay, thank you. Jeez, man. Right, okay, threat show. If anyone's got any questions, please ask. Does anyone actually want to come along on Wednesday? As I said, I'll be back just before 2, so it's going to be just after 2 with a bit of luck. And I'll obviously stream it. And then I should get round and do recordings and do proper videos, I guess. I'm getting back into that mood. Right, so let's go here. Again, part of the problem with this is we are really heavy. So you can see what sort of figure we need to hover outside ground effect. Inside ground effect we should be okay. But again, you know, doing it with mountains all around you and slopey surfaces is probably not the best place, to be honest. Right, turn this down. We need to go and select waypoint 11. As I said, this is only one method. Chunk. Okay. What else do I need to do? Go to weapons. Acquisition is going to be gunner's helmet sight. Radio I haven't done. Did you just manually start that?
Who, me?
Yeah?
I just come back RTB and Winchester. I've landed over here. I'm with you.
Oh right, okay, so no, I was just checking. I was gonna write it in my book twice in one day.
Like once. I didn't lose some tail.
No, that's good. Sometimes these little incidents are really good for explaining things. Did I get away with that? Yeah, I'm just getting into me chopper and starting it up. I'm on the pad. I better move over actually, and then someone else can do it. Let me just move off. Let's put.
All I need now is the book to tell him to go to Holmes or the other one.
That is the one that was just told you. So once you've got that little screen up, right, on the right hand side, you'll find your left and right button will have an impact, and it will respond to that. And usually, as we said, it will be left. So I'm just... Yeah, so you won't... If you put him on the floor, right, and let him start up, you should find that that's what happens. So I'm just going to pop... left control and C. Pardon?
Searching.
Right, okay. Right, so... Yeah, I think it's left control C, and your cursor should come back. It'll display it. Hasn't it? Is it left alt and C then? Sure, it's left control C.
What, you flying?
Fixed wing.
Left alt and C. I was close, Stingy.
What, you flying?
Exactly. What's a finger but amongst friends?
What, you flying?
How's your back today, Lisa? Any better?
Jesus.
Bit
what?
twingy, but my back hurts a bit.
Welcome to the bloody Lisa show.
Better than your show.
He's the cook. Get your ass in the kitchen and make a cup of tea. I do apologise for these interruptions.
Don't apologise for me.
You can see it's quite... She's usually at work soon, so she won't be there. It's very laid back and casual, do you know what I mean? And we were playing what started us until about 11 o'clock last night, all of us. As we do. Right, okay, where was I? Right, starting up. Okay, so I went on to weapons, changed it so that we've got the gunner's helmet sight onto there. Haven't started up the FCR yet. So we're going to util as before and hit bit override, choose the FCR, select it, and I'm using a button to select. I haven't set up my iHatch yet, so let's move back to this position, uncage, sit back, move back there a little bit, let's have a look. You know what, that's good enough. Okay, so we go weapons, iHatch, bore sight. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Can't read the bloody text. Weapon, bore sight, I-heads. That's the way around. Put the doodad on. For God's sake. Have I got grayscale on somewhere? Probably. What have I selected? I can't see what I've selected. I think I selected grayscale on the other menu, or I'm doing a screen test. What's that there? There, look, see. There we go. So, bore sight, I-heads. And get back to my position. On pause. Right, there we go. Okay, right. Is there anything I haven't done? Anyone noticed? I haven't squelched, but I don't think the squelches work so well in game. I just need to check the control for my VoIP to make sure it's working. Adjust controls. Go to all but axis. Not in George AI helper though. It's in pilot. And then press the VoIP button. Cyclic stick. Yeah, there we go. VoIP. So that is working. One of the things with this is you can click anywhere, and if you're not sure of what you've got set on your button, just press it and it will jump straight to it. You've just got to make sure you've got a column selected, and it can be any button, alright, and it will go and find it. It would be so good if that was like that in Star Citizen. It would be brilliant. Anyway, there we go, we're ready to take off. We stop the APU and we'll try and go again. Let's have a look at the map properly before we go and see if there's a way around, because as I said, climbing hills in helicopters is not great. However, if you look, we could go this way around. Alright, thanks darling. So you're quite pleased, aren't you? Yeah. I can tell you got your smug mode on.
Yeah, 100% good.
Yeah, 100%'s alright.
Oi!
It's taking you too long.
It has not taken me
It should have took you half hour.
No, it says an hour.
Just go.
Shut up, I had lots of videos to watch.
Right, so I could go this way around, look. This is quite a lowish hill here. And then creep over this way. Yeah, this is the problem, isn't it? You know, when I was young, and my eldest sister, who was more academic than most, she'd come back and she got 98%, and my dad would go, so what happened to the other 2%? You know, never good enough.
Fixed wing, 11 o'clock, searching.
Right, okay, so I might go that way around. How are you today, by the way, Camel?
I'm alright, yeah. 3 o'clock, searching. Rolling. 1 o'clock, searching.
Feeling a little bit more refreshed.
Good. Are you coming to fly with us tomorrow? We're just going on a simple-ish mission over Nix. It's the FPS when we get there. Yeah, that means she'll shoot you probably. She takes a grenade launcher to a knife fight and then wonders why she's dead.
1 o'clock, searching.
And then she kills the wrong person on some missions and then she's in prison, as was Sting. But hey ho. Right, okay. I don't think that's the right way. It doesn't matter. We'll help you along. And Wiz is very patient.
Fixed wing, 11 o'clock.
I do explain it's like taking a load of old people out of a home for the day, as in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Fixed wing, 10 o'clock.
That's exactly what it's like. Right, okay. I think I'm going to have to just go that way.
Two missions that we've done, one done well.
Thanks. Thank you. You will tell the home carer, won't you?
Yeah.
That we were very good. It is. It's very loose. I think Wiz is at work till 1 o'clock, aren't you, Wiz? So I'll be on a little bit earlier, but then we won't do the mission till 1ish. However, if Wiz came on when we came on, then they'd be waiting at least an hour and a half for us all to get ready. Have you got your drinks in your backpack? Have you got some ammo for your gun?
That's just me.
It's all of us. Yeah, we can help you out tomorrow. Tomorrow, Camel. Yeah, no problem. I'll get you started with your controls. Make sure they work.
Because if you run in front of me, I'm probably going to shoot you.
Yep. If you move, she sees you. I have been shot so many times in many games.
When she realises you was top of the world sniper
I do now.
Because it means nothing. She took a sniper rifle to an FPS or wanted to, and I said, "Least, no, this is fairly close. You don't need that." Oh, it looked good. Right, let's go again, shall we?
I used to do e-sport scrims in a battlefield. The rival guys and all that kind of rubbish.
Maca36 said, looking good is all that matters.
That's stingy. Stingy. Like, oh man, let me start. Stingy wants matching armour and basically wants all matching armour, and he wants his armour to look good, do you know what I mean? And I'll just throw any old rubbish on and I don't care. I try to not be like some of the people conforming.
You guys are going to have that cleared by the time I get over there anyway, so I'm going to swap over and bring some supplies so we can cap it.
That sounds rather enthusiastic and believing in people. It really is, yeah. Because you do realise this time we'll go over, everyone will be dead.
By what? A mountain at this rate.
Yeah. And may I just point out the reason we're doing this is it was, special request by Wiz this morning.
I've been trying for 2 weeks. This has killed me 3 times.
If you don't try, you'll never do. Better to try and fail than never have tried before.
Fixed wing, 5 o'clock, searching. Fixed wing, 5 o'clock, searching.
It's just a fortune cookie. I do apologise for, my little pearls of wisdom.
Magic 1-1, Bra 034, 440 at
Unknown,
23,000.
8 o'clock, searching. Unknown.
Very steep there, isn't it? Let's use this little valley.
Fixed wing,
Build up a bit of speed.
searching.
Oh, I haven't put the doodad on.
Fixed wing, 5 o'clock, searching.
And I haven't put the little man on, have I, in the front?
Roger.
Just building up a little bit of speed here.
My helmet's port sided.
I shouldn't have done that.
I'm going to pick up some down pilots on the way.
I told Lisa she could do that, but she has a habit of picking them up and then crashing on them or crashing with them when they're in the helicopter. She may as well just shoot them as she gets there, do you know what I mean?
Have to get upgraded upgraded again, I think, this place. Or repaired.
Yeah, there was an M8 going in when I left.
Is that coming from the other base?
Are those cannons taken out yet? No, there's there.
I'm trying to turn that speed into being able to climb. It's worst possible scenario, this really. It's quite interesting if you fly a plane through here, especially the A10. People fly through and then realise they've got to get over a hill and they pull the nose up and it just drops. Probably come the worst possible way, judging by these hills there, but we'll see. Is this running? Yes, it is. Excellent. It's got a range of about 8,000 metres, which is represented by the bars. So you've got 2, 4, 6 and 8. We're still moving at the moment, which is good. And because we like low down as well, as I said, the ground effect is horrendous.
Radar. 7 o'clock. Searching. Unknown. 7 o'clock. Searching. Unknown. 7 o'clock. Searching.
You can actually ask him to put smoke on the target. That works easier.
I find when they smoke targets, they put them on the target and you can't see the target very often.
Fixed wing. 11 o'clock. Searching.
I think they changed it a couple of patches back. They dropped smoke and then it says something like target is...
What, within so many metres? Oh, right, okay, no, that's better. Because that was one of the problems previously. You know, we'd get there and people keep bombarding smoke on the target and you can't see it.
Radar. 7 o'clock. Searching.
Look, a flat bit. Right. Hopefully we're high enough now.
11 o'clock.
Building up a bit more speed.
10 o'clock. Searching.
And we'll hang her right.
Yes, what it was. Thermostat.
SA6. 9 o'clock. Tracking.
Am I coming through too far? Possibly. Let me have a quick look at this map. Okay, I'm going down here. Yep, that's fine. So there's a path on this mountain. This is that road, isn't it? Look.
7 o'clock.
I'm going to cut down and then go over there by the looks of it.
Searching. Fixed wing. 12 o'clock. Searching.
This will be a bit easier to do. Then hanger left.
Hawk. 1 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 1 o'clock. Searching. Hawk. 1 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 2 o'clock. Searching. Fixed
Can't
wing.
pick anything
2
up
o'clock.
from here then.
Searching. Hawk.
It always feels so slow in the Apache.
Fixed wing.
The Shark is much faster, MI-24 is much faster. Completely forgotten how to fly the MI-24. I haven't flown it for ages.
Searching. Fixed wing.
I haven't flown the MI-8 for ages either. Or the Gazelle for a long time.
Hawk. 4 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 9
Right,
o'clock.
we should be good.
Fixed wing.
What we don't want to do though is be on that mountain straight over.
Hawk. 4
We've
o'clock.
got something
Searching.
tracking us from over there, from that gap, so that should disappear soon, I think.
Fixed wing.
Make sure flares are working, which they are. Not that I need flares, I kill myself.
Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching. Hawk.
124 radio check.
Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching.
5 by 5.
5 o'clock. Searching.
Hey, Lima Charlie.
Searching.
Oh,
Fixed
got a
wing.
flight running back.
5 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 4 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 3 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 4 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing. 4 o'clock. Searching. Hawk. 4 o'clock. Searching. Hawk. 4 o'clock. Searching. Hawk. 4 o'clock.
What was you in, pup?
Hawk. 4 o'clock. Searching.
Ah, right, okay. I was wondering, I was thinking, you got a fighter down there in those hills.
Escorts would be with
Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching.
Oh, did you call an escort?
yeah.
How much was it?
It's free with you, Lieutenant.
Yeah, it's free.
Right, I think if I go slightly that way, yep. I'll drop down into that valley. Probably the valley that I died in last time, but hey. There's a good maxim I used to use, especially when I was teaching and say I made a mistake or something.
Okay, so rifle.
There was a very famous American swimmer in the Olympics. He got 8 gold medals. And his coach, right, the guy who coached him through to that, could not actually swim. And as I tell people,
Times 2.
I might not necessarily be able to do what I'm teaching you, but as long as I'm teaching you correctly.
Missile. Searching. Forward left.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, isn't it? Unless you go seaside and go round. Missile at me? Better not be.
Fixed wing. 9 o'clock. Searching.
I have no clue what happened there. I just fell out the sky.
Missile. Missile. Left.
Yeah, VRS. By the sounds of it. There we go. Just got a bit of cover. Oh, there's that little dip I was in last time. But I need to look over there, but I don't want to come in from this way. So I'm wondering, is it worth... how close am I? 9k. What sort of cover have I got over there? If I go over those mountains, there's some sort of dip, isn't there?
3 of those clears some routines down. More to go.
Fixed wing. 5 o'clock.
See what I mean? I think I might already be on it, but from there it looks like it's coming through on that side rather than the other. So maybe if I clear this hill, I don't want to go too close.
Missile. Forward.
Rifle.
Missile. Missile. Aft left. Missile. Missile.
So nice to know these missiles are firing. I'm not taking evasive.
Communications for the win.
Fixed wing.
There's 2 missiles
4
that
o'clock.
went out.
Searching.
Or mine. So.
Magic 1-1.
Yeah, but at least I know that, you know, I can hear you.
14,000.
Yeah.
Right, now what am I going to see when I get over here with a bit of luck? I've got to be really careful that I don't lose the helicopter
Fixed wing.
going down this steep hill.
Fixed wing. 5 o'clock. Searching.
Just don't want too much exposure on my left.
I'm running on code
Fixed
B.
wing.
I'd
5
like
o'clock.
to
Searching.
You watch. Got a horrible feeling about this. There we go. It's where they are, I think. Maybe not. bit closer than that. Where's that? Oh, right, I see. Just over the other side of those hills.
Fixed wing.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Searching. Fixed wing. 11 o'clock. Searching.
Right, what I'm going to do, I think they are over those hills. Probably quite close to that as well. I'm going to sit here for a second. Again, holding the trimmer, pulling the trimmer back, reducing my speed, flying more left rudder in a minute, increasing the torque. Just letting the trimmer do its thing, keeping an eye on the speed.
Fixed wing. 7 o'clock. Searching.
Just going to trim it a little bit more. A bit more left rudder. Then engage. Let's see what it does. Has anyone worked out what I'm doing yet?
Missile. Left.
Right, there we go. Right. Switch this to vid. Go into TADS. Okay, select TADS there. Select link. That always goes down when I select link. Let's see if this has worked. Right, so if I move this. Oh no, that isn't working, is it? Try that again.
Missile. Left.
Notice what my helicopter's doing. There we go. Right, I've just lost them now because I've come down a little bit low, but look, see what I mean? Right, sorry about this, I do need to drink this cup of tea, otherwise I will get a bollocking. So I know where they are, I need to go just a little bit higher. In fact, I'm losing a little bit of height, so I'm increasing my height slightly. I've got no hands and feet on the cyclic or the rudder. The helicopter's just sitting there. The blades are probably angled, but to compensate. There we go. I just like the fact I can sit here and have a cup of tea. Right, so what I was setting up there was the TADS to match the FCR. So I should be able to go up a little bit higher and my FCR should see them. It's whether the missiles can get over this hill. I can still see them there. We can see where the co-pilot gunner's looking. Which is that pointer. Now, you think of the angle that the enemy's going to be looking at to see me, right? And there's a good chance they probably can't, but I may be proved wrong. So let's just turn a little bit. Let's do this. Let's bring up my little guy's details. I want him on no weapon. I want me on a weapon. I believe there was a lock. Now, if this goes back to TADS, then I'm pretty sure when I press this, yeah, can you see the way that goes? So we can zoom in here.
Fixed wing. 6 o'clock.
Man, I'm not sure why it's jumping back to there. It's a pain in the ass. But never mind, let's have a look, see how we get on. Rifle. And that'll follow the main target that it's got selected. Oh, two. Oh, well, I'm probably shooting at the wrong things now. Yeah, the trouble is the FCR's probably picked up the targets that were there before. Can you see? It's going for something that's already dead.
But you should be able to see the moving targets because they were moving.
Yeah. Let's have a look. So let's switch this back onto TADS. We zoomed in. And let's zoom in there. Are they in the smoke?
No, they were just south of the vault.
Okay. I might be shooting somebody, it's hard to tell. It doesn't look like a chopper. Oh, for God's sake.
Behind you.
Okay, rifle. No.
Fixed wing. 7 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing.
TS3.
Searching.
Yeah, TS3 client. Yeah, this is the trouble. I can't. It's my FCR's not distinguishing, so I might have to rely on you know who. FCR util. Come on, how do I? Oh, right. If in doubt, switch the bugger off.
I'm getting a bit close.
Right, we switch him on. And we'll give him the.
Pausing Hellfire. DWAS. Pausing Hellfire.
Right, and then what we'll do is we'll use our sight. We'll look down there. And we'll tell him to look. Come on.
Roger. Slave. Empty slave. And slave. Empty slave.
Why are you slaving over there?
Empty slave.
Just put smoke on target.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Don't need to. Just do that.
Give me a yell when it's clear, I'm just circling.
Fixed wing. 6
Yeah,
o'clock. Searching.
I can go with guns once.
Rifle.
Else.
Fixed wing. 7 o'clock.
Where's that going?
Fixed wing. 7 o'clock.
Lasers off.
Searching.
D-slave.
Fixed wing. 7 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing.
Blazing.
7 o'clock.
He's not doing a very good job at this, is he? Oh. Not killing any of you guys, am I?
Slaving.
Fixed
D-slave.
wing. 7 o'clock. Searching.
Laser on.
Fixed wing. 7 o'clock. Searching.
Rifle. Let's follow it down, shall we? Oh, come on. This is a pain in the ass. You got smoke on, right? And, you know, I don't think I can see that smoke, would you believe? But I'm sending thingy. We got anything else there?
There's two 30-23s.
I've just killed a couple.
And slave. D-slave.
I'm sending favourite AI guy.
Slaving. I'm deslaved.
But he doesn't seem to be doing a lot.
Slaving. I'm deslaved.
There are any buildings down there that need taking out?
Roger. Deslaving. Slaving. I'm deslaved.
Would be better if I could actually.
What's the JTAC doing? Anything? Relays, whatever needs taken out.
I think he turned around and said no targets left.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure both of those are gone. My guy's not finding anything.
Yeah, JTAC's gone. Let's try the Foothold tent.
Also, by the way, Wiz, it's a good route, and coming in from over here, you've got the little mountain in front of the base, and you can lift up and look over it easy enough. And if you get the right angle, they won't see you.
Roger. Deslaving.
Oh.
Missile, forward left. Fixed wing, 8 o'clock. Searching. Fixed wing,
Roger.
8 o'clock.
I'm deslaved.
Searching.
Yeah, he's not finding anything, is he? Yeah, my guy's not finding any sausages.
Yeah, they don't find buildings, unfortunately.
Yeah, so you think it's a building?
Deslaving.
There's a command centre down there.
There's a blue MI8.
Aerials on top. It needs a £2,000 penetrator dropped on it.
Yeah, where's Pup? Pup! Do you want to go penetrating?
Wing, 7 o'clock. Searching.
That's true.
Are you just taking off, Pup, without the big doodad?
Yeah.
It won't take you long.
Missile, forward left.
See this MI8, at least I know it's friendly now. And for him to fire, I've got to acknowledge, but it's not very good, to be honest. I'd rather do it manually. What I'm doing now is going to hopefully switch him off.
Missile, forward left.
If I accidentally shoot somebody, I do apologise. It's not me, it's Derek. Right. Yeah. Can you see the way this sits there, by the way? I'm just rising height. And it just does, what you want it to do. But the difference between this and the
Searching. Hawk,
Shark
6 o'clock.
is this has more stringent percentages of control for the trimmer.
Fixed wing.
So I'm holding the trimmer now and I'll retrim it again in a
5
minute.
o'clock. Searching.
There we go, about now. And again, just relax your grip on the stick.
Left.
You're trying to blow that building up.
I've blown up the 4 tents, so I'm now going to try and blow up the little where the refueling guy is.
Did we want to blow that bit up? I'm sure that's what we use when we get there.
This should get the edge, right?
Don't know. But before now we have wrecked a place that then we couldn't capture.
I'm sure we had this at the last place, didn't we? We couldn't find what it was that we had to kill.
I don't remember. Very often I turn up and it's taken. Says a lot, doesn't it? Right, because I've done this, I'll be able to jump into the Shark when we move up to the other base. And a lot of what I'll do on Wednesday.
We can call in AI to do a building strike.
Yeah, we can do that. Are you alright, Pup? You're still up in the air because this target's gone.
One of the basements.
Just carry on to the next one, mate, and we'll pay for it.
Okay.
It'll save you the trouble. Yeah, if you can do that, Rick, please. You watch wherever I land. I'm going to be
Fixed wing. 12
way
o'clock.
too
Searching.
close. You got the supplies, have you, Rick?
Yeah, on this end.
Missile, right.
Go up over this corner here, and then once it's done, we should have a landing pad here. But I should be far enough away from the blast. And I've caught that accidentally again.
No, it's not giving me the ability to get a target there, so it must be something else.
Did you need me to bring some 2K bombs?
Yeah, we're trying to establish what we need bombing, but we're going to pay AI to do it, so it's not really a problem. It just saves prepping. Just move on to the next base if you want, Matt. And then we'll try and pay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Was it you
thanks.
that killed the last area sting when we was trying to find out what was stopping it from going neutral?
Sweet.
Yeah. There's still a helicopter down there, isn't there?
There's a little tent still on the park next to the helipads. Well, a little covered area.
One guy left. Can't find the consent to buy it now.
Consent to fire. You know the is it just are you putting him on automatic, or do you tell him he can just fire at will?
No, I like to tell him when to fire.
Okay, so once he's found a target, it comes up, and the hat that you've got that goes up, down, left and right, you'll get your list and you just basically push it to the right. I think.
Fire is another button.
Is that another one?
Yeah.
DWASD.
Sorry guys, I'm coughing.
Yeah, you know, like where you can search. Just search for George.
Yeah.
And there should be one Uber Access Centre.
So I'm going to sit here until they do that. And then when I land, I will get a couple of points for what I've done.
You want to stick a rocket on that little tent down there?
Yeah.
It's the opposite corner of the park to where the command centre.
No, it's as I said, you know, you don't realise you can actually hover like that in this thing. And it's not difficult. It's very sharky the way you would hover in the Shark. The Shark, you can just press the button and it'll do it, but there's a technique to get it to do it quicker. And if you use the same technique in the Apache, it'll get into a hover really, really quick. Has anyone got any questions so far? I'm just waiting because when we capture this I can land, get a couple of points, and then I can call a Shark up and go through the shark like I always do anyway, which I'll do again on Wednesday.
I reckon it's got to be that command structure.
Just call a bombing.
Excel said, back again. Another
Yeah.
question.
Yep.
Are there any more single player missions? I don't want a multiplayer right away.
Yeah.
I'll go back and get the A10.
Have you what you want to do, right? Let me just type in this. Right. There should be a link. Sorry. There should be a link. Go to the link, right? Get the latest version of that mission. Put it in your missions folder. And when you go into your single player, you can select that mission. When you get in the mission, you want to spawn in Krasnodar Central. Okay? If you then hit F10, right, select a mission, which is going to be easy, and then select mission number 1. And what will happen is just above the top of the lake that you'll see by Krasnodar, they'll start off a little convoy. Don't worry about the convoy so much, but the convoy will move along a road and then hook up at a base. The only thing in there is a little AA vehicle, right? And then the base has got tanks. There's no SAMs, and it's what I used to teach. Now, when I was on the map the other day, that is a version of that. Okay? So what that will do is get you flying up to the lake, which is where you get your control. Don't get too close. And what was that? I missed that. What was that? And then basically, when you move on to the planes such as the, say, Shark or Apache. Sorry about that. I'm talking to somebody in channel at the moment. What was the question?
Nothing.
Okay.
I said, it was me actually. I said I don't know how to cold start the A10. So am I allowed to use it by hot starting?
No. You need to learn how to use the things. You know, you wouldn't drive a car without knowing how to start it, would you?
I just press the button.
No. No. Get a taxi. So basically,
Just don't know how to cold start the A10 then.
yeah.
How to use the £2,000
Right, so yeah, get that mission. Just do easy number 1. If you forget and you fly, it'll enable any other mission. And the beauty of it is there's 4 to 5 easy missions for
The scanning, the ping.
4 to 5 missions on medium, 4 to 5 missions on hard, 4 to 5 missions on very hard, and some dedicated helicopter missions. Don't do the dedicated helicopter missions just yet, alright? Because some of them are very good and you'll get spanked.
Press U2 and then on the bottom.
And it'll need a few people. But that way round you can run it yourself, alright? I don't think there's any wind set on the mission, but you can tweak the wind as to your liking and also the weather, alright? It's a very good mission. It's by Apache 600. He also does the same mission type for different maps as well. And I'll mention it, and when I go on Wednesday I'll explain the mission as well, because that's what I'll use. So keep your eyes open for the Shark one.
Scan switch S single center. That's what we'll do the scanning.
Right, have we decided we can't bomb it? Is that what's happening? We can't do anything. And we can't blow. Do we have to blow the Todger with the aerial up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just hope we don't wreck this. We should be alright though.
watching that for sure. Very excited about the shark. It's a beautiful helo.
It's really nice, and as a single player attack helicopter, it's very good. Once you get your head around how it works, it's fine. Before that stage, it can feel like it's fighting you all the time. And I don't use absolutely everything on it. I haven't dropped bombs or anything or clusters with it for a long time. And to be honest, most of the missions we do have got SAMs. So you're never going to go over the target, do you know what I mean? Right, the reason why it's probably not working is, as well as having the FCR right on the screen, you have to have an FCR select to select it, which is the little hat on the pilot's collective. The problem is, whilst it moves, it doesn't move by you clicking it, so you'll have to select a button for that hat, and I'll tell you what it's called. Oops. Just 1 minute. So it's called Site Select Switch, and you've got Site Select Switch, and you've got 4 positions. And the way I got round running out of things is I used another button as a modifier. So it's a hat I use for something else. Because I only press it once or twice, I've got a button as a modifier, and you need to select the left, and then it will select the FCR, and then it will work. But that's the bit you're missing. If you look on my stream, which you're probably not, you can see it's called Site Select Switch, and you want to set a hat, but use a modifier if you haven't got enough hats. Yeah, left is FCR, and then you can see what the other things are on the controls itself.
Right, it's TADS, I believe.
There's TADS, HMD, and various things. Right, have we got a plane coming over? I do apologise, guys, that I thought we were going to sort it.
I'm going to go back and get an A10. It says pub, I think.
Yeah, you're going to get an A10.
Yeah, going to magically cold start.
Oh, so I didn't think you knew how to start it. It's absolutely no point me jumping in, because it'll take round about 40 odd minutes before I get up in the air.
Far out are you, Puff?
Oh, I'm at the next target.
These are your escorts coming in, pup. You got some escorts coming in. They're right at the bottom. One other thing you got to remember now, with any AI planes, they have to take off. They don't spawn in the air anymore, so they take off from the base by default.
Really, my DCS just crashed.
I sent you the latest update this morning.
Another one?
Yeah, 3.3.3.
Oh, for God's sake, I only put 3.3.1 on yesterday.
I'm only going to send you one update a week.
Why is he doing so many updates? Is it that bad?
It's just improvements, actually.
Yeah, but improvements you do, like in a couple of months or a quarter, you put out a whole host of improvements, which is great. But doing it day in, day out is a ball's ache.
You can't do Caesar now in an Apache.
Oh no, you can't do. You can only do it in the proper helicopters, which makes sense really, because the co-pilot doesn't like people sitting on his lap.
Well,
or might not.
They might not.
They might. Right. So you're going to get this A10, yeah?
I am, yeah.
And where's Rick gone? Oh, he crashed, didn't he?
Yeah.
So we're going to need supplies, don't we? I'll have.
Fly over again.
Okay, I was going to say I'll come back and I just want my 5 points. Do you know what I mean?
You can make sure the enemy don't come and cap it back.
Yeah, I could do. They're looking good so far, unless I can't see them. That'll be funny. I'll be sitting here just having a chat with the viewers, and MI8 will come in and it'll be back up again.
And you'll get shot at.
Well, I'm just parked watching. I'm just waiting for the base to be ours. Anyway, so I'm just. This is Pup. That's quite a nice shot, actually. Ah, right, yeah, possibly, or we haven't got the rank. Kasab next. We'll be attacking the one up north, yes. Let me just take a nice little picture of Pup. We'll have a what's it side. I haven't got my proper camera controls on, and a sun side. Hey, game hatch, all good. I'm just waiting for the others to finish this base off, as I can't mislit. But yeah, all good. Let's have a look. Yeah, are you coming in, Platty? Are you coming in to overfly? We're just waiting for someone to bomb a building for us, basically. Oh, there's Pup. Pup should have his escort now, look. Yeah, if we go back to him. Oh, blimey, that must be really high. So I changed the time on the mission to early. Thought that you are off streaming this Saturday. No. We weren't sure whether we're going out or not, because I hadn't had confirmation. But now we're going to be going out on the 5th of April, on Easter Sunday. So the Saturday will be fine as normal, but the Sunday will be I'll be out. But it thought it might have been this week. It was just popping over my sister's, but the trouble is you go to my sister's, you have to stop the night, and then they make you drink too much and eat too much, and then you need the Sunday to recover a bit. Only this time we can't do Saturday because they're out, so we're doing Sunday, and I can't drink because I've got a blood test coming up, and that'll just blow all my numbers out the water, so I can't do that either. I've been spending this 3 months from Jan, Feb, March. Oh no, Feb, March. Pardon?
Great that you are here. Can I join with the Viper?
Of course you can. You've got all the details, haven't you? Or do you want the details? Your escort's just caught up, matey. It's even called Pup's Escort, and you didn't even wait for them. They're just look. They're just literally.
Did we just fall on top of each other?
Oh, somebody killed Pup.
Somebody killed me.
Somebody's just killed Pup. The Pup died, and then he's landed on top of somebody. I would wait. Whenever you get started on this pad, take off and move. Don't worry about the rest of your systems. Just get it out of the way, and you'll be all right to start again. It's just a bit of a bug with this particular one, I think.
We're at the airport now. I'm going to spawn in again now, pup. Okay.
Maka 36 said,
Oh.
I can take it out. Have bomb ready.
Okay, Macca's got a bomb, by the way. I think it's the main building, you know, the thingamajig. Yeah, Macca, if you can do that. And that saves you doing it, Wiz.
Yeah.
Did you fly back?
I've landed in the Apache. Yeah.
So did you get your points?
Yeah.
That's all right then.
Then I spawned in the A10.
Yeah, and you killed Pup. Hang on, let's do it right. You killed Pup, you bastard! Oh, hang on, we're going to have age verification to come to my channel soon. Yeah, well, I'm waiting for my 5 points. I'm just waiting for us to take this over, which means I've got to wait for somebody with supplies. Here's Matt coming in.
I'm on the way now, and I'm just sitting on the pad. I've got supplies loaded, so if it works, I'll start flying over.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll join after it updates.
There is an why. Have you played it with the updates, Plateau? I won't change the update till probably tomorrow night, to be honest. Or it could be tonight, but I know we'll be on Star Citizen. So going on a mission again tomorrow. It'll probably not work. But we're going on that mission at Nick's. Okay, he's coming in. Let's have a look. See. We'll have a look at him as he comes in. I just hope he doesn't overshoot the mission, the target area. The lighting in this and the colours are really, really good. It's a little bit dark on stream, but on YouTube it's really good, to be honest. It matches what I see on screen, whereas on Twitch it's just that little bit darker, and that's without having any shaders. Oh right, okay.
Special Excel said, "This looks amazing."
It really is quite good. So targets destroyed. Let's have a run, shall we? If I can get to my keyboard. The thing is, we're going to end up really wrecking it, right? And we won't be able to capture it because it'll be wrecked. So I can't. I'm looking around. I can't see anything. Is there any notes? Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a seagull. Is there any notes anywhere? You know, that has changed.
No.
If you have a look at it, Frick, if you got a 4K screen or a TV, have a look at it on YouTube, because that's 4K 60 FPS. So yeah, we still sort of, you know.
I don't know.
I should have left it as it was, eh? Alright, suppose we better take out the next base. I can't refuel now or anything like that. And I don't want to fly back over the mountains.
Yeah, I've got a 4K monitor, so
Yeah.
it will be a lot better.
Yeah, it'll look good, and it's MELL DCS, but I think you've got that anyway. Don't think I'm. Where's my fuel on this? Probably haven't got a lot.
Toasty Mark said, "Yeah, I'm watching on YouTube, on my side monitor, and looks great."
It really does. I mean, that's one of the reasons I do it. I just like the quality. A big tip as well.
26 said, "Will a drone detect the buildings that need destroying?"
It used to tell us all things, but the mission was updated the other day, and now there's another mission update, so there's lots of things coming out where some of the things that he had in before have changed, and because we don't necessarily read the manual, we don't know what it is. Here's a big tip for anybody who's in DCS. If you go to options, and I'm not sure about you, Frick, but this will really help. If you look here, My gamma is set to 1.6. The default gamma is set to 2.2. So when the default gamma's on 2.2, it washes out. Now, it'll probably look fine on Twitch, but if it washes out your helicopter, can you see? So look at the colours. There's no depth at all, and as you start to change, right, just one little notch, you'll see things change with a gamma. Now, it depends upon your monitor. It depends upon the room that you're in. For instance, if you sit in a dark room and you've got no lights on, it'll look much better. But just altering that one option there, which is gamma, as I go down one notch, you'll see a change. It's very subtle. You might not, you even see it on Twitch, right? And you just go down, and you go down till it looks the best it looks on your own monitor or screen. Okay, now I always like it a bit like with Star Citizen. I like it just that little bit darker, and you can see the depth of the colour coming, right? And when you look at your helicopter now, you can see sort of more representation of the fact that bits are sticking out, and it'll depend on the light coming in, but there's a lot more depth there. And also you see the greenery. Look, do you see what I mean? Oh yeah, especially in the Huey. When you're in the Huey, it looks awful, but as soon as you start doing that, the Huey will look better. I haven't got much fuel, so I may as well move up to the next target anyway. And I think that is 12. So RTE, have we got 12 on here?
Game Hatch said, Mel, I'm afraid that I can't join you. DCS is crashing on every attempt for some reason.
You updated? Do you have mods? And if you have mods, disable them. The server's pure client, so it means that there's no mods, and I suspect you might have mods. If you use the one mod manager, you should be able to just disable them or press the button and it'll change. If not, then it won't work. I think I'm going to run out of fuel, by the way, before I actually get to where I'm going. You alright, Cock?
Yeah.
Oh, what you doing?
Yeah, sure, they updated if that can be...
Star Citizen?
Yeah.
Oh. You updated? No, I updated the server yesterday. Usually, I mean, when I came in, mine crashed. I had it running, and then as soon as I start streaming, it crashes, which is always the same every week. I don't know why. But it should just work. There's no mods on, it's pure client. The version was updated yesterday. I'm not sure when yours was updated. It was a server and a client update. So I'm not sure why you would be having a...
Oh, did you see that?
An issue.
Bug report pop up.
No, what's it say? Oh yeah.
That's why we couldn't take it.
Okay, can someone take a note of it? But I think he knows already because he's created another version.
He said at the end, report
Now
already sent the
loaded.
letter.
After full.
Yeah. So is that going to be the case for the next
I
one?
just tried to set smoke on the target.
No.
Ah, right. So that was Maka, apparently. He was trying to set smoke on the target. That's what he was doing. So let's push on, see how it goes, and then I might change to the later version a little bit quicker. I have to edit it though and change the time to earlier, because 3 o'clock tends to make it a little bit dark for the end of the stream.
6:30 a.m. is a lovely time to start. It's dark and it makes it all pretty and everything, but then within half an hour it's daylight.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Is that what time you've got yours set to?
Yeah, watching that sun come up is...
It's really good. I tell you what, the best ones that I see are in the winter, and then it's dark, sometimes with a bit of cloud, bit of frost, snow, and then you have a winter sun because all the shadows are long, and the lighting is just really, really good.
You've seen that weather mod that somebody's released? It looks absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, they should just integrate it and be done with it. Yeah, the sort of dynamic weather thing, is it?
Yeah, simple stuff like that, it would make sense just to turn around to the guy who wrote it and say, look, we'd love to add it in, can we just give you £1 grand and take over the source code and then just add it all in? There's so many things like that we can do.
Yeah, but £1 grand, right, for that source is not enough, believe it or not.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, they're putting it out there for free, so...
Yeah, but even so, it's a bit of code that they can utilise, and when the commercial lot, right, i.e. all the military bases that use it, the different militaries of the different countries, they'd have full access to that, and they'll be charging somebody even more money, and the guy wouldn't get anything. So you'd have to look at the time you spent, and a one-off payment for coding like that is usually not good enough. To be fair, it's not like a mission, do you know what I mean?
Game Hatch said, we have been waiting for years for it to get Bandit's weather mod into DCS. Now we finally did with current hill models.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? But a grand payment is a one-off, not worth it. And as I said, you got all these different countries buying the military version, right, which is under license, and they would happily pay. I mean, a grand's just nothing. You know, there's the hours of work, there's his ability to do that, right, and the education and the learning and the training he's had. And too many people, when they're self-employed or anything, or even do it as a hobby, completely undervalue themselves, and businesses take advantage. It's like some guy at work was going to start his own thing, and he says, oh, you know, people go and they charge this for that, and I can do it in 10 minutes. And I said, and what would you charge for that? And he says, I'll charge them 30 quid. I says, so for 10 minutes work, you're charging them 30 quid. I says, you should say, okay, right, I'll get this sorted, come back tomorrow, and you charge them 75 quid. And he said, but that's ripping them off. I said, it's not. I said, how long's it taking you to learn that? It might be a quick job for you, but your prices and your bills and everything else don't go down, and this is how you have to make money. Some jobs you gain on, some jobs you lose on, and you're not ripping people off. Do you know what I mean? It might take you 10 minutes, it's still 75 quid. When I used to do consultancy, I was really cheap, and you know, people were like charging 1,500 quid a day, and I went, I do it for 500 quid. And you think, that's a bit odd. But what I also got was, instead of 500 quid for 2 or 3 days work, I got 500 quid every day for 3 or 4 months. Do you know what I mean? And it swings and roundabouts. That's 8 to 10 grand a month, which is fine. Considering my only overhead was a car that I hired to get there. The rest come out my head. And it's stuff that I know, and stuff that I've learned, and stuff that I didn't know, which I was able to sort out. But you're undercutting some of the big boys. You haven't got any overheads apart from the car. and yet you're quite a bit cheaper. Or you could teach, at the time, I remember when Windows came out, 50 quid for a day course on Windows. I used to do it at one company. And you think, well, that's cheap. Yeah, but you got 20 people there.
9 o'clock.
And they're happy to pay 50 quid.
Searching.
And a day for a 50 quid course is cheap. Do you know what I mean? But you look on, you know, you sort of work it right way around. Okay. Okay. Type exclamation mark TS3 in chat, and it'll pop up with the details.
Radar.
Why have I got blue smoke down there? Oh, that's someone picking someone up.
Radar. 3 o'clock. Searching. Radar.
I just looked down. I thought, what's this blue smoke?
2 o'clock. Tracking. Fixed wing. 10 o'clock.
Ian
Searching.
Harris said
Heading
that
15
he
over
went
2
to
o'clock.
retirement as
Lost.
an electrician from London, and his story was £30 for changing a bulb as an employee.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you just have to be really careful. Oh. Think I got a bit close. I was busy talking, not paying attention. Stop laughing. And you can shut up in the background.
Engine 2 out.
Jesus wept.
Engine 2 out. Rotor RPM low.
Oh, that means no chance. Right, I'll go in the shark now, because I think, following on from the conversations that I was having earlier, I'll do a stream on just the shark, and I'll also use the mission that I use for training. And it's after running through the Huey the other day, it took 1 hour and 47 minutes. Now I can cut that down to probably 1 hour and 45. But I have to be careful. I should break it up, because I know people aren't going to sit there and watch 1 hour and 45 unless they really need. Right, okay, let's do a loadout. We'll get the igloos off the wingtips, and then we'll go onto the target. But I do need to nip to the loo. I don't think I've got a beaver skin for the Shark 3. So I'm going to spawn it in. And then nip to the loo. What was that, Lise? Was that Cough saying, would you like a cup of tea?
No, it was not.
Oh. Okay, you can see this is very dark now, but that's because the lights are behind me.
I watched it in full twice.
Did you really? Excellent. The thing is, what I want to do is do some videos, but some of the things that I explain in terms of the startup, I'll do as a little audio track without the chat in between. So I'll just sit there saying, okay, look over by your right knee, you're looking for this switch, switch this on, and then we wait for this, and so on and so on. And that way round you learn by listening while you're doing as well. And then eventually what you want to do, Frick, is when you've started up, say, the Huey enough times and you've got the idea, right, you write it down. And when you write it down, that helps you learn even more. Now, it's not so bad with the Huey, it's so simple, but something like this is a little bit more complex, but there's always a pattern. And if you just follow me doing it, right, audio-wise, for instance, again, that pattern will sink in, and then you write it down yourself. You write your own version down about the instructions without listening to it, and you'll find you'll learn things a lot quicker. Let me switch over to someone else while I'm nipping to the load. I'll be back shortly. buttons again. One of the biggest problems when you're up high is can the missiles, and also as they're using FCR now, can the missiles actually point down enough? Anyway, this is the Shark. This is the Shark 3. There used to be the Shark 1, which was the first ever module released for DCS. It was a standalone game. The whole thing was. I've just thought, did I change the time on this mission? Because it's going dark, isn't it? This is a 3 o'clock one. Ah, bugger. I forgot. So basically, this is the Shark 3, and it's got a lot better model in it. It's got dual counter-rotating blades, and because they counter-rotate, they negate the torque that you get, which means there's no anti-torque rotor on the back or tail rotor. It's got 3 blades on each rotor, and all of your controls, right, these are your flight control surfaces for everything. So your cyclic, your rudder, and your roll, plus obviously the collective. So everything is through there. Now, unlike the Huey, where I can show you what the controls do, this requires hydraulics to work. Okay, we've got missiles, we've got Vickers, and they've got a range of about 7.1 kilometers, and we've got some rockets. The missiles on the end are what they're called, air-to-air missiles. Now, the problem is this helicopter, the Shark, never had 3 stations on the bottom. However, while Eagle Dynamics were developing the module, the Russians changed their mind about what they could do. So they were supposed to add in various features and functionality, giving you infrared, black hot, white hot screen. But they built all this model, and then the Russians withdrew permission. So obviously they couldn't junk the model. They'd spent a long time building it. So they had to sell some increase. And what they did, they added a 3rd station. So it's one of the few models which is a bit of a bastard, really. So it's legit. The way things work is the way things work. But then it's got something added on that really isn't part of this helicopter, and is off KA-52, I believe. So you'll see there's no specific indicators inside for those weapons. Anyway, I'll go through the startup. Hello, who's just coming? Hey, hello, you got it working. You on push to talk, I take it, yes?
Yes, I am.
Excellent, thank you very much.
Welcome, this is a team,
Who said right? That was so feeble. As you gathered, Mac, it's all very light-hearted, very laid back. Right, okay. So imagine the pilot. Have we got a pilot in this now? Let me do a shift P. Do we get one in? Nah, didn't think so. This is the right knee area. This is the right thigh area. This is the right butt cheek. This is the right elbow. This is the right shoulder. Okay, left knee area. Dashboard hood. Okay, so you always want to think when you're going through a startup. The biggest problem for somebody new is, okay, press this, and you think, where the hell is that? And you go around for ages looking. When you're on, excuse me, I need to cough again. When you're on some of the multiplayer servers, they do not have tooltips. So you can't go and hover over something and it tells you what it is. Obviously on this server we do. The whole reason why I run the channel and everything was to pass on information to people and help people out. So things like tooltips are on by default, okay? So when you make any notes and when you write your own startup, never use someone else's startup, right, written down, because you'll be looking at a sheet forever. It won't sink in. It's better to follow some instructions, do it 4, 5, 6 times with someone telling you, and you'll get used to where to look. When you write down your own instructions, just say right knee, for instance, and then you're looking for battery 1, battery 2. Okay, and then you put those on. Now, when I was writing this down, because we've got mid and upper functions, I would put RK mid, RK, you know, for over here, RK lower, mid, upper, whatever. Do you see what I mean? It just gives you somewhere to look, so that you start to learn the position of things. Anyway, once we've put the batteries on, we're going to go to the right elbow and we're going to switch the Ekran hydraulics on, which is down here, and shut this flap. And then we're going to go right back to the dash and hit the red master caution. Unfortunately, it is getting dark, as you can see, because I forgot to change the bloody time. However, as there's another mission update, it might be worth just changing it on there and then dropping that mission in. It's only 12:11. Is it worth me downloading that other mission, tweaking it, and then swapping it over? Because it's only just after 12. I've got another couple of hours, and it's going to be really dark, isn't it?
You'll get,
So just carry on where you are, right? Let me go through the startup and go through the shark, and then I'll stop that. I'll download the mission and edit it, change the time, and then put it on the server ready, and then we can just start it when people are ready. If that helps. It means you will be shooting something that we might have to do again. Hey, hello. Yeah, someone's telling me on YouTube that it's definitely worth it because the mission's probably better updated, I guess. If you are watching on YouTube, by the way, if you look in the description and click on the little button in the description or the link, it'll open up a Twitch chat and you'll be able to chat real time unless you're on a TV or something. Whereas when you chat on YouTube, there's about a minute delay. Right, let me go through the startup first and then explain it, and then I'll sort the mission out, I think. Okay, so once we've done that, we've done the back there. Because it's a Shark 3, we don't do anything with the INU yet. So we look down at...
The startup's been explained.
Pardon?
Nothing.
I didn't know you'd come in.
I've been in here for like the last hour and a half. You talked to me before.
I thought I was talking to you when you was on channel. Did you answer? Oh, yes, you... Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I'm getting old.
I've been flying in the server.
Oh, for God's sake, I am so sorry, Camel. That means you've... what you done with your mods?
I'm still in there.
Oh, you managed to work it out?
Yeah, I didn't have to do a thing.
Oh, excellent. Right, okay.
Apparently the 086 and the A6A, A6.
Right, I gotcha. I gotcha.
It doesn't affect it at all.
Excellent. Okay. It must have been just your end then last time, I guess.
Oh, we never tried, man.
Ah, right. Yeah. Yeah, well, there you go. If you don't try, you don't know, do you? Right, okay. So we switch on the KO41, which is on the left thigh. We switch on the Abris. And then we're going to do fuel flow. So the fuel flow is by the right knee on the mid. You'll see the fuel pumps. We put forward, aft, fuel QTY on. And then we're going to switch on fuel flow Oh, is that what it was? Ah, there you go. So we're going to switch on the APU, and what that does there is supplies fuel for the APU. When you turn over to the left, you look on the left wall, the APU valve open tells you you've got fuel to the APU, and this is the APU indicator, etc. So what we're going to do now is start the APU, and we're going to press the start button, which is at the pilot's left knee. Once we do that, we're going to move this invisible black knob down, which is the rotor brake, and you'll see the APU start to spool up. It'll get up to about number 7, start to drop, and you'll see the third light comes on. When the third light comes on, it's ready to start. We're going to shut the doors with just a simple up arrow on the keyboard. There's no point assigning a control to it. And then we're going to start the left engine. You always start the left engine first. The left engine is called engine number 1 or left engine, depending, or left-hand engine, depending what you're looking at. The process for engine number 2 is exactly the same using the engine number 2 switches. So, EEG, electronic engine governor, we switch on first for the left-hand engine. We look down the fuel flow area and we switch up the fuel for the left-hand engine. We look around to the left and we're going to look at this multi-position toggle, and we click it once and it goes down to the lower left, which is left-hand engine. So now when we hit the start button, we're starting the left-hand engine. We zoom out and we'll see the RPM here, and engine number 1 or left-hand engine is starting to drop, and when it gets to the number 2, we're going to move the left-hand cut-off lever, the big red one on the left, up, and immediately you'll see the exhaust gas temperatures increasing. That tells you you've got a good engine start. We'll see the rotor shadow, perhaps, if there's any light, which there isn't. It's going to be behind us down here on the floor. You see the rotor starting to turn. Okay, right, we've got to wait for the left-hand engine to get to the idle position, which is somewhere between 7 and 8. Okay, and there it is. So now we repeat the sequence with the right-hand engine, and we're going to look round to the right. We're going to do the right-hand EEG, the right-hand fuel flow. We're going to look round to the left. We're going to hit the little multi-position toggle to the right hand side. We're going to hit start. We're going to zoom out, and we're going to look at engine number 2 or the right hand engine. When it gets to number 2, we're going to move the right hand red lever up and make sure we get exhaust gas temperature. That's not this starting up, that's a bike outside. Right, okay. Now, I'm going to switch on the intercom and I'm going to switch on the voice warn. This will read out any messages that appear on the ecran, which is the screen. So usually Bitchin' Betty will say watch ecran, and that's because she's telling you to look here on this screen so that you know what the error messages are. No, that's fine, matey. Startup speech. You can interrupt any time. I'm going to stream this on Wednesday and go through it, and then go through everything and do some weapons and shit, and I'll be able to do the startup. Thanks anyway, matey. I'll catch you tomorrow morning, so come on to TeamSpeak. I'm not sure what time we'll be back from shopping. Normally about 11:30ish. I normally have a cup of tea before I start, but if you come on to TeamSpeak first before the stream, then I can talk to you on there while I set everything up. Do you know what I mean? Because it takes me a while. But anyway, nice to see you, matey. I know you're busy working, so it's good to see you when you're available, and we'll help out as much as we can tomorrow, as long as you don't let it piss you off, because some things might not work.
That's like midnight my time. I'll be in bed by then.
Oh, you will, won't you? Is it really? Okay. Well, we'll be on later. We'll be jumping on Star Citizen, but it won't be on stream. So, what time is it now? It's coming up to midnight. So if you jump in the morning, round about 8 o'clock, we normally round about 7, and then we'll come back on. So we can help you out. I can help you out with your controls tonight if you want. If that'll help. You'll see other people in. There might be in AFK, but we'll go from there. Okay, right. So we've got 2 engines, and now what I'm going to do...
I can do that's like 9 PM for me.
Yeah, exactly. That'll give you plenty of time to sleep, because I know you need some. You need to catch up, matey. So there you go. We'll be on tonight.
About doing search and rescue, the interesting landings.
Right. So what I'm going to do now is... Oh, sorry. What I'm going to do now is put the throttles up to work mode. So they're currently in idle mode. There are no buttons or clicks that I can do to move these. So you simply use the page up key, and you page up twice. When you page up, you're going to get 3 error messages. So I'll take a breath and we'll hear what they say.
Electrics on battery. Doppler navigation system failure. No nav data.
Okay, so that was electrics on battery, Doppler navigation failure, and no nav data. And if we look down here, we're going to put the AC generators on, so the electrics are no longer on battery. Doppler navigation isn't on because we haven't finished the startup yet. However, no nav data, if you look, there is nothing there. So we haven't got a band, we haven't got any headings or anything like that. On this particular server, I think it's been set variable. I missed what that was referenced to then. If you want to join in the chat, click the link in the description, and it'll open up a Twitch chat stream, so you'll be able to type messages and there'll be a better response, and I'll hear the question as well. Alright, if you can do that, I mean, it just helps out for you. Right, okay, so there is no heading. Okay, the way this server's been set up is it will automatically align and you don't have to do anything. So Wednesday, when I go through this and I'll do everything, I'll explain that and show you how to do it. For the meantime, what we should be doing is going and turning this knob here by the right knee, nav master mode it's called, switch it up, and now we go to the right shoulder and we switch on the INU. Now normally that's the inertial navigation unit, I think. Normally what will happen is you'll get a symbol in the bottom of the hood which will last for 3 minutes, and then when it comes up you'll see the diamond up here and a triangle which are separated by about 10 degrees, and you have to make an adjustment. However, due to the auto nature at the moment, you don't have to do that. I will do a proper demonstration of it on Wednesday. Okay, right, now we've started the helicopter up, we'll carry on with the rest of the radio systems. We're going to switch on the data link on here. Anybody else in a shark at the moment? No. Okay, top. So you can have 4 sharks in a little group. I'll be on number 1 for now, and I'm going to switch this knob to wingman. And for each shark you've got in a group, you need to have the right radio channel. So by default... Oh, so default is 124. What number you want, Pup? That's all right. I think he's nipped to the loo for a drink. Yeah, his helicopter might be.
Okay.
So basically, you select a number. You have to have different numbers, and you select wingman. And if you're on the same channel, you can send targets to each other. You'll see each other on the maps and everything else. It's a really good system. It's just the same as Saddle on the A10C or Link on the F18, but not so sophisticated. You've got 4 buttons here. You can't read them properly, but we're going to press pitch hold, bank hold, and heading hold. And these are a bit like SAS or stability augmentation systems that you get on the Apache and the A10. So it smooths the input from the controls that you've got, and you'll see the way this flies is really smooth anyway. We're going to pop up the seat ejection system, and we're going to put on the fire extinguisher. We're going to turn round, and on the right shoulder again we're going to switch on the L140 laser and the UV26 to operate, and we should see that on the top right. Okay, and this is started up. We no longer need the APU, so by the left knee switch it off here at the APU shut off, and then turn round and switch the APU fuel flow down. When the switch is actually up, you can't put the cover down, so it's a reminder. And then this is started. Okay, I'm not going to go any further than that because it's getting too dark, which is always the problem with this mission. So I'm going to jump out. It's going to go dark a bit for people on Twitch, and the people on YouTube are going to be watching my desktop. Okay, so what I need to do is jump out of this, download the mission from Discord, and tweet the mission, then copy it over. And in fact, I'll tell you what, I'll just stop the streams for now, right, and then give me a few minutes and I'll start them back up again. Obviously, if you're not there when I come back, that's fine. If you're watching someone else or you wandered off, that's fine. So I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I'll restart with a mission. It'll probably take me 15 minutes or so, alright? And I'll catch you later. I'm knocking my streams off for 15 minutes or so while I sort this out, and then I'll tell you when we're ready to switch over. Okay, right everybody, I'll stream the Shark on Wednesday, and I'll go through doing the alignment, and then we'll start looking at the weapon systems. We'll fly up to the easy target system that is on the mission that I referenced earlier today. I'll give you that information as well, and we'll see how we can use the missiles we've got, the guns and stuff like that. Okay, I was going to say I can also program waypoints and that, maybe, if I can remember myself. Depends how far we want to go. It will be like a first lesson. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll pass you on to someone else in the short term. By all means, if you want to come back, that's fine. If you don't, that's absolutely understandable. And unfortunately, with the people on YouTube, all I can do is stop the stream. I can't do anything with you. So